Hello everyone and welcome back to this week of our Minecraft Let's Play series where we are on week 24. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Now I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into what we're going to be doing this week. I did not save the Give me a second, that's not supposed to be there. As you may see, I have on our to-do list first, I want to move the axolotls because blatantly, let me just go ahead and show you. Currently, at the moment, we have 100 axolotls in this pond, and that is not a big enough size for the number of axolotls we have. So I want to go ahead and make an area, somewhere around here at least, that can house 100 axolotls and probably more, obviously, for future use because we're going to keep breeding these guys until I get a blue one and I'm running out of space. The second thing on our list is base improvements, and you might be wondering what I'm talking about with that, seeing as we actually worked upon base improvements last time, and honestly, this is just going to be something that slowly happens during the weeks because I don't want to put too much time into this because, well, I don't know if I'm going to have enough plans for a full part of the week to be dedicated to this, but I want to go ahead and start building some things around here. Like, we cleaned up last week, but I want to start adding things like possibly a path that goes from here all the way to the nether portal. I want to start adding like beacons around here because currently we don't have any. I want to start moving things like the sheep and the cows to like better locations. I want to make buildings. And I think honestly, the easier way for me to do that would be to gradually do it instead of doing it all at once. So that's kind of the plan, and hopefully I stick to that. We'll see, I guess, though, in future weeks. And then finally, we have the Wither Skeleton Farm, which you may have seen that I spent some time slabbing between weeks, obviously, but what you may not know is that I actually went ahead and spent both Sunday and Monday slabbing over the nether to go ahead and get it finished so that we can finally go ahead and build our Wither Skeleton Farm. So with all that said and done, now to go ahead and move the axolotls, but first I need to find a location that will actually be able to house all those axolotls. So I will meet you guys when I find an area that I think is suitable. Actually, wait a minute. I guess I technically could put them over here. You know, we might finally actually be able to utilize this whole area a bit. It is right next to our base, so it's actually not going to be that hard to move the axolotls, but it's more of a out of sight, out of mind thing, as well as I'm going to probably go ahead and polish this up just a little bit so that we can go ahead and safely have the axolotls in here and they don't like fall off the edge or something. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I guess axolotl proof this, and then we will go ahead and move the axolotls. How many do we have in here? If I take the ochre out, specifically. Yeah, we have enough. And alright, there we go. We now have our little area for breeding the axolotls where I can go ahead and swap them over from side to side. I've got ladders so I can get out. And then, of course, we've got the little breeding area right here. It's kind of the same method I've been using, so this is just to make it easier on me for when I go ahead and breed a bunch of axolotls. But now, sadly, it's time to go ahead and move all of them, and that's going to be the worst challenge. Because there are 100 of these guys, and it's going to take forever to move every single one of them. Oh, and you may have seen that I've actually been trading with the villagers now to go ahead and get a decent amount of emeralds, and that's just so I can start buying more buckets from this guy. There we go. All 100 moved in. Didn't take as long as I was expecting it to, but still took a decent while. But with that now out of the way, how about we go and start on the next project, shall we? And that project isn't going to consist of much. Right now, all it's going to consist of is some base improvements, and that base improvement right now is going to be a path that goes from our nether portal all the way to our base right here. And don't worry, I'm going to make it look kind of nice. It's not going to be like a very, like, there's not going to be just like stairs here. I want to make a nice actual looking base for once. Because besides this right here, I feel like this area is very mundane. So let's get into it. So the first thing we actually have to do is move all these sheep out of the way because they are currently in the way because there's no good way of taking a path that goes from here and going straight to the portal. Issue is I don't know where I want to take them. So, I mean, over there might work, but I'm thinking possibly that we need to move them somewhere over here. You know, honestly, we can also probably take out the nether wart farm and just move them over to here. That might work too. Because we don't need as much nether wart as I have, so this might not even be a bad idea. However, I do need grass to replace this. And because I don't want to go ahead and make more fences for this, I'm just going to break this and I'll lure them back in later. Alright, time to drag them in. I don't remember how many were in there is the issue, but you know, we'll figure it out as time goes on. There's just so many sheep that are just like scattered now. Did one swim across the whatever? It's been half the day and I'm pretty sure not even half the sheep. Come on, dude, get down here. No, stop losing interest. Alright, fine. Big groups gotta go slower. I'm on. Stop losing interest, guys. Have the attention span of me. Everyone, get up the hill. Alright, everyone in. Hey, buddy. Alright, honestly, that wasn't as bad as that could have been, so I'll take it. And now we gotta do the block palette that I want to do this for. So what I was thinking was that we can do some path blocks, which can just be grass or dirt, but we don't really need to bring any of that with us to an extent because the floor is already made out of grass. I was thinking possibly some cobblestone. I want to bring some stone with us for stone buttons for like pebbles. I wanted to bring some gravel with us. And then I also wanted to bring some coarse dirt with us just to give it a little bit of variety. Now this is all fine and good, but then you also have the issue that this mountain kind of goes down a little bit too fast. As you might see, like this is just completely just down one block every few steps, and that's not going to be a gradual transition to down here, so we're going to have to extend this out a little bit just so it's a little bit flatter. And then when we get over here, I also kind of need to fix this because I'm pretty sure I made this a square due to the fact that I wanted to fit the sheep over here. But I also, oh, I need to move the chickens too. I actually don't know what to do with the chickens because how many, like, we get eggs, right? So here, let me plan out this first. Or not plan it out, just make it look normal. I can terraform it later. Because I'd rather figure out what the path's gonna look like first, and then we'll go ahead and terraform it. Alright, so actually I'm gonna start here trying to figure this out, where I'm gonna be going ahead and putting down some path blocks, and I don't want it to be, you know, too patterned. I also want to go ahead and make this so it's like goes in thinner just so I don't have to completely make this wide of a path all the way down. So we'll see what I figure out with that. What I want to start doing is actually curving it this way so that this is easier to terraform and also it'll curve around a bit. I'm now realizing the size of this project because even this took like about 10-15 minutes, but we now have a way of actually getting up there that is a lot smoother than how it used to be. And don't get me wrong, it's not completely done. I still want to add like the other blocks like the coarse dirt or the gravel or the cobblestone in the actual flooring. But right now we have an easy way of getting down here, but we also still have to go all the way over to here still as well. I also tried making it look somewhat natural here. Just kind of have it so that it doesn't make it like too much of a drop with the terrain of this hill, but I do have to fix it over here because it is a little bit weird. There we go. I think it looks a lot better than it did beforehand. Now we gotta take this path and curve it over to there, so we'll do that now. I think I'm also going to start introducing the new block types into the ground, so give me a second. In some of this, we're going to leave grass, don't worry, but I'm going to be actually changing a decent bit of this to the other types. And a little bit of an update now. I've gone ahead and integrated some of the blocks that I was going to be using for this build into our actual staircase. So now it's got a lot more variety to it, but I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping that it's not too much variety. I'm also hoping that in the future when I decide to add like more decorations around this path, because it's not going to just be like this path is the only thing here. Like I want to add some greenery around it besides just the grass. That'll hopefully go ahead and tie this in instead of looking out, or not looking out but standing out. Still got to get to that nether portal though, so keep working. And here we go, a full path going all the way down from our little home that we have down to our nether portal. Got the integration of all the blocks I wanted to use. It's got some stone buttons just for a little bit of variety in the elevation. And it is completely functional to the point where I don't have to actually jump to get from point A to point B. I can just completely just walk over to one point to the other, and it's a lot more accessible than it was beforehand. Yeah, so I know this may not look the best at the moment, especially because it's a lot more chaotic than the rest of the areas due to the fact that I have a bunch of blocks placed that isn't just grass. But I feel that once when I go ahead and decide to finally like put in some maybe like trees around here was something I was thinking, some rock structures maybe, we could finally go ahead and get a little bit more style added to this base instead of it just being green plains, because I'd like to actually have more of a character to this area. I might go ahead and add some of the rocks and the trees between weeks and making more possibly the rocks, but for now I'm not going to touch it, and we'll just go on ahead to what we're going to be working on next. And alright, now that we're actually at the Nether Fortress, it is finally time for us to start building our Wither Skeleton farm. Which is probably easier said than done because I forgot that I also need to bring wolves over here at some point, and as well as, just in case I found the lava, I brought some potions of fire resistance, so this might not be great. Congratulations, we've made a platform. You know, I'm just gonna hope that this overhang doesn't matter too much, but if it does, then I'll have to remove it. That's a future problem. Now we need to find a piglin, which is of course going to be hard because I don't have anywhere for piglin to spawn here. But we can probably figure out a way to get one to spawn. Shouldn't have worked, but it did. Oh god, now I have to bring dogs over here. Alright guys, time to go on an adventure. Oh, get back over here. Alright, I think I see a way of doing this. Does this work? I think I see how this is gonna work now. Alright. Okay, I was about to say, where's the other one? Need you to wait here. There we go. Ah, I see. So now I can access these. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Did that actually destroy anything? No. This place was made of glass and somehow didn't destroy anything. Yeah, I'm gonna encase this all in glass, by the way. And now it's time to place all the roses. And here we go. As you can see, the mob farm is finally working. We got a bunch of wither skeletons right here, and I think it is time that we do this. So yeah, the farm's actually working out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it, and we can also turn it on to automatic as well by putting up our dogs, just like so. And we can just AFK here for as long as we want, and all the drops, we already got a wither skeleton skull, by the way. But yeah, all the drops come down into here. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of stone swords, so eventually I'm gonna have to go ahead and make a better system for this at the moment, but right now I'm actually pretty happy with how this works. It does seem quite slow, so I may have missed an area or two around here. So that might be why it's not like going as fast as it probably could. I might fix that in the future, but right now I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out. But yeah, that's gonna do it for everything this week. I hope you guys enjoyed as we did some base improvements. We finally made the wither skeleton farm, which as you can see kind of needs a little bit of needs some tweaking, let's put it that way. I'll go ahead and do that between weeks though, see if I can find any areas that need to be slabbed over more. But nonetheless, we got those done and I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have a great week. Take care, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next one. Alright, bye-bye!